So I'm Julie Mercy, and this is part of my story. You know, we had something really drastically hit our family early in college, and I would say that was the change that really the wound started then. And, you know, as a wound comes, the anger comes too. And the anger led to some really self-destructive choices that I made, really pushing away God, pushing away any type of healthy relationship, and thinking that the anger was something that was going to take over in my life. I remember washing my face and kind of raising up out of the sink and looking in the mirror and saying, something's really, really wrong here. And it would be after a night of partying or, you know, an inappropriate relationship. Some guilt came on, tons of shame, because I knew that really wasn't who I was. But the choices I continued to make as an unhappy and unhealthy person led to unhealthy choices that just kept compiling. I think I was trying to decide what a healthy relationship really looked like, because I knew I'd gone in the wrong direction, but I was still searching. And so Danny and I started dating, and that led to 3 months of being in that relationship. And I was standing in the shower one morning and actually threw up in the shower, and I was like, now something is definitely off here. And we found out, I took a test and found out I was pregnant. We made the decision, and Danny wrote a check for $250 to terminate the pregnancy. And so for whatever reason, I didn't keep that appointment. So we were married about 6 months later, and we started a family with a newborn. And so we didn't address the circumstances, the hurt, the pain, the shame, the guilt. We didn't address that until our marriage started completely imploding about 9 years into the marriage. So I looked for relationships that were personal, close, and intimate with my friends, my co-workers, but I didn't really understand what that even looked like with a husband. One night, I kind of reflected or reverted back to old behavior, and I went out one night with the girls and made a completely devastating choice and had an affair on my husband. And I look at that now, and at times I still say to myself, how could you have ever done that? But I have worked through a lot of that. I have found out who I really am. I know deep inside who God says I am. I know who I am as Julie Mercy now today versus Julie Mercy who was hurting and in a lot of pain back then. But learning what unhealthy was and replacing it with what God says about marriage, about ourselves individually, has completely changed us both and radically healed our relationship. I think there's a lot of us that feel like we're drowning, and I'm not immune to that even today. And it'll be an ongoing battle. It will be a battle of the thought comes that you know is not healthy, that's not normal, that's really planted there. Maybe it's been there for many, many years, and then to hear the truth, it takes a lot to get it from your head into your heart and then really land there so the thought only lasts a split second. It doesn't completely continue to take you down that path of devastation.